Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's the Shoot. Every exciting show. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. And what's going on is the Royal Rumble. It's the greatest time of the year for being a wrestling fan, as the Royal Rumble comes up and it starts the road to WrestleMania. Should be some good stuff going on this year, some very intriguing stuff. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. Last year, I knew, I was certain who was going to win. Charlotte Flair was coming back. It was going to be Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso, who, in my opinion, had been set up to be winning, but as we saw from Unreal, it was a late thought from Michael Hayes about Jey Uso. And so whatever. But I picked the red. This year, I don't know. We've got reports out there that was say it was gonna be Cody and Roman. Roman was gonna win, but they put the title on Drew McIntyre. So I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who I'm gonna pick. I don't know what's gonna happen. We got a retirement match. And we got a couple of other things this year because there's only 4 matches, and I think I'm gonna do this with all of the premium live events that have maybe like 4 matches because of they got the 2 Royal Rumbles and then the 2 other matches, and we'll probably do it later on in the year when Survivor Series comes around, and any other premium live event that only has 4 matches or 5 matches or something like that. I'll come around with it and try something else. I'll try to look like a bonus question or two. This time I got 3 bonus questions. And yes, this is my rules. A win will be added to my score. A loss will not. So deal with it. But let's get started. Let's do the predicting for the Royal Rumble match. So let's start with the men's Rumble match. Let's take a look at who are the favorites, right? Who you think they're favorite. Obviously, even though they've had the Drew McIntyre thing, I think Roman Reigns is still a favorite. I think Braun Breaker is also a favorite. Cody Rhodes, who's entering, he might continue to be a favorite. You can't count out Brock Lesnar. You never know what they're going to do with him. And I think a lot of people maybe going under the radar with Femi. Could Triple H actually, do this where he just he legitimately puts the rocket on a guy and takes him off from his very first match, winning the Royal Rumble? Could he do that with Femi? That would be great, and that would be awesome. I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to see it happen. I think especially since they've been doing this thing here, that would be something to see. However, there are still, I think there still are things planned on Braun Breaker getting the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and that's on Raw. And there have been internal reports that Femi will be heading to Raw. So I just don't know when it comes to that. Jey Uso, I don't think is I would love for Jey Uso to be back-to-back winners. But they've got him in the tag division. Although there's been Jimmy has been at home with Naomi. I'm not sure. I'm hoping both of them are okay and both of them are doing well. And it's whatever it was, and so I hope for the best for them. But Jimmy hasn't been on in weeks, so. If I would say that Jey Uso would be a contender to win this year if they hadn't put the tag titles on them, because then they could probably go down a route. That's something that I'm not a fan of, but some people would want to see is maybe a Jey Uso heel run with the championship, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. So a lot of things happening here in the men's Royal Rumble. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna say Roman Reigns. I just think that's it. Um, until I see differently. I think that this Drew McIntyre thing was maybe just something to, kind of freshen up a hot shot, as it will. I think Cody Rhodes will get the title back at some point, and then I think we'll head into WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Because if you want to talk about a match that could main event night two, it's Cody and Roman, and it's you could have Drew McIntyre in there for a triple threat. You can even add Jacob Fatu for a fatal four way. But I think they want to go a one-on-one match, and there's no bigger one-on-one match you still can do for the third time. It's people. I was listening to somebody the other day who was saying that aren't you tired of that? We only seen it twice. We only seen it twice. They can do it again. Your HDD ass, having ass. Ain't you ready for something new? It is fucking new. Stop it. So I'm just gonna say that Roman Reigns is going to win the men's Royal Rumble match. For the women's Royal Rumble match, this one is also a toss-up. You look at the favorites, right? You look at the favorites. Liv Morgan is one. A lot of people have been saying that this could be her time, and I see it. Even though that they're doing their whole Raquel Rodriguez thing with Stephanie Ricard, and for me personally, I would put the title on Raquel Rodriguez. She's been so good as so late. I think you should put the title on her and just let it go. That's what I really think you should do. But you got Liv Morgan. You've got Charlotte Flair who can win it. Alexa Bliss who can do it. I don't think Becky Lynch is going to do it. I think they've set in stone it's Becky versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental title. You got Rhea and Io. Good. Even though they're the Women's Tag Team Champions right now, you can obviously put them in and have them do the thing. And you have two women who have been off TV for a little bit who seem like they're gonna make their comeback tomorrow. Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. You can always go with Tiffy time. And then the main one is Bianca Belair. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and like I was saying, you have Bianca Belair who's coming off of a finger injury. So it would make sense for her to make her return at this Rumble, and you could go against her against Jade, for the women's championship. And so there's so many women, and the thing is about this is that it's not just like where this person has to win the Rumble, but you still have Elimination Chamber, and you can do so many things with Elimination Chamber. There's so many other ways for all these other women to get those title shots than the Royal Rumble. Just like the men. So I don't know. I would love it if they would give it to somebody unexpectedly. It just over Femi. There's going to be some NXT girls, but I don't know. I think Saruka may be in there. There's some talk about Thea Hill maybe be in there. So, but wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something? Maybe this is the year that you do Chelsea Green. Maybe this is just the year that you do Chelsea Green and you give her the championship, and then she goes on and fights. She fights Jade Cargill at WrestleMania, and it can maybe be a squash match, or it could whatever it could be. But yeah, I don't know. But I gotta choose, and I'm gonna go. I just think the Bianca Belair. So something made me change. I was thinking about maybe going with like Liv Morgan, but I think last night I watched on YouTube the Bayley, Lyra, the Judgment Day women, Chelsea and Alba, and Charlotte and Alexa and Nia and Lash, they were all watching last year's Rumble, reacting to last year's Royal Rumble. And I think it was Lyra and Bailey. They were talking about Bianca Belair. They talking about we miss her. And I think that's what how WWE may feel about her. That they may miss her. So I think it's gonna be Bianca Belair. I'm predicting Bianca Belair to win the women's Royal Rumble. For the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre takes on Sami Zayn. Many people thought that this would have been the year that Sami Zayn would have won the Royal Rumble. In fact, that might have been the plan to actually have that happen. Win the winner of the Rumble, go on to WrestleMania and take on Seth Rollins and to win the championship. But I think that's going to be pushed back a year. I think with next year's WrestleMania being in Saudi, Sami Zayn is going to win next year in Saudi Arabia. I think that's hopefully that everything's happening. Everybody has good health and all the plans. Their plans stay the same and nobody gets super hot. Although you probably want somebody to get super hot. But anyway, that's for today. I think him being in the title match is perfect. But he's 0-12 against Drew McIntyre. Now I think they could do something very interesting and have him be 1-12 but not win the title. Obviously he would win by countout or disqualification. That would be something. So I could see that happening. You still want Sami Zayn to win, but he wouldn't win the championship. So I'm not sure, but I don't know if that's the way they're gonna go. So I'm just gonna say Drew McIntyre retains here because again I just think they're gonna do Drew and listen, they can do Drew, Fatu and Cody at Mania, but then where's Roman? Where's Roman in the picture? So I just don't know. I think Drew, Roman, and Cody is for the Elimination Chamber, and I think Cody wins that, and he goes on to face Roman at WrestleMania. That being said, I think it's Drew McIntyre will retain over Sami Zayn. And in a career match, AJ Styles loses. He is gone from WWE. AJ Styles versus Gunther in the match. This one violates common sense a little bit, right? You just would think that AJ Styles would want to wrestle. He would want to wrestle one last time in TNA. He would want to wrestle one last time at WrestleMania before, he would retire. But this seems to be the last hurrah for him because his contract is up in April. Even though they have something where time could be put on because of injury time due to his broken foot, it could be put on. And he could onto his contract, and that could lead to the end of the year, which would be something. But it seems like from all of the things that's going to happen. He had a match with Shinsuke Nakamura. He had a match with CM Punk. He he had the match with John Cena last year almost. And it just seems like that, reports have come out that he said his last date was going to be the Royal Rumble 2026. And so I just think it is what it is. I just think it is what it is. And there's nothing that we can do about it. So, he's been a special guy to a lot of people. And I truly think he is one of... He came to WWE and he adapted well. And he's had some great moments. And he is a signature He may be a TNA guy. He will always and forever be a TNA guy first. But I think without a question, he is also a WWE guy. He can be both. Just like Kurt Angle is both. He is both. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to watch him. And so I'm predicting Gunther will end the career of AJ Styles. So those are the matches. Only 4 because the Royal Rumbles are going to go over an hour. But again, to recap, Roman Reigns will win the men's Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair will win the women's. Drew McIntyre will retain will beat Sami Zayn for the championship, for the WWE championship, and Gunther will end the career of AJ Styles. No, like I said at the beginning of this video, because it's only 4, I'm gonna add in a couple of bonus questions to this one, to make it up. And yes, again, like I said, because this is my channel and I can do this, if I get the bonus questions correct, it will be added onto the score. If I get them wrong, they're not. So I have 3 bonus questions, right? 3 bonus predictions. This is not quite predictions. Prediction 1. Who will be the Iron Man of the men's Royal Rumble? Meaning, who will be in the Rumble match the longest? I talked about having Oba Femi, be the, start off and be the, and go into the Rumble and just be the winner. And I knew how great that would be. Again, I don't know if I really see that happening, but what I could see happening is Oba Femi coming in at 2, 3, 4, and being one of the last 2 or 3 guys in the ring, and him going the Iron. I don't know if he's gonna break Gunther's record, but he's gonna think he would be the Iron Man of the men's Royal Rumble. So I'm gonna say Oba Femi, is the Iron Man, and for the women's match, the Iron Woman, I predict to be Last Legend. I think they see something in Last. They brought her up from MTV to put her with Nia Jax. I think Last Legend will be last. And at the end, I think maybe women will probably be a little bit different. She may come in about 10, maybe get eliminated, maybe around 28, 29 when the 29th woman comes out, and that will be her thing. So yeah, I don't know if there's a necessary story you have to tell in the women's match. I think there's a lot of stories to tell in the men's, but that's neither here nor there. But so the Iron Man will be Oba Femi, the Iron Woman will be Last Legend, and probably the biggest question: will we see Chris Jericho? There's been a lot of speculation about Chris Jericho. Is he signed with WWE? Is he going to be coming? There was a lot ever since December. People expected him to maybe be a part of the John Cena thing. He wasn't. People expected him to come on the first episode of Netflix. He wasn't there. People had expected him to just somehow pop up. He's not there. He is still on the active roster page of AEW. So will that change? Will he be there today or tomorrow for the Royal Rumble? I'm going to say no. Yeah, I'm going to say no. I think that there is a 60-40 chance that Chris Jericho will be in WWE at some point this year, but I don't know how quickly it is because again, he's still on the AEW roster page, and like someone said, I heard someone say before, AEW has no reason to help WWE, keep this a secret. And they would probably want to spoil it, So I'm sure, Tony Khan would come up on Twitter and say, I can't wait for Chris Jericho to be in the Royal Rumble today or tomorrow or this weekend or whatever. I can't wait to see him. He's been such a wonderful guy for AEW. Good luck, Chris Jericho. That's something that his dumb ass would do. So I don't expect that they're going to try to help out WWE by keeping the secret and keeping Chris Jericho on the roster page, and then right before the men's Royal Rumble match, he's put into the alumni slot or whatever. So I don't think that's the case. So I do not expect to see Chris Jericho at any point in tomorrow's Royal Rumble match or Rumble pay-per-view in general. So there you have it. My predictions for Royal Rumble 2026. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But my predictions, what are your predictions? Let me know down there in the comment section. And again, reminder, I'm sure it's right now. I think right now, as we're recording, if you are on Netflix, if you do like the VPN stuff or whatever, you're probably watching SmackDown right now. I'll be watching later when it comes on the normal time. Like this. But it'll be around this time. The pre-show will be on because there's gonna be 2 Eastern, 1 Pacific, 1 Central. So I think it's 12:54 right now as we're recording. So literally 24 hours from now, the Royal Rumble will be starting. So make sure you guys remember that it starts earlier because they're in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.